Nobody can pretend that everything is okay in Nira. And I have been there, so I have taken steps to correct some of those gaps. So also is police, so also is prisons. The gaps have been identified and work is being instituted to bring, I have mentioned to you, Dalton, the dream of Ugandans is to have a crime-free country.
Society, yes.
And we want to aim at exactly that. And for that to happen, there are a number of requirements. And I listed from the experience I had. If, for instance, CCTV camera, which is now they say level 1 and level 2.
Level 2, yes.
If you put it level 3 and level 4, and you cover the whole country, and you link it with private CCTV cameras, that's one. You go to government analytical laboratory. They have all sorts of technologies that clearly can show you that once applied, they will reduce significantly any possibility of crime being committed. Forensic services. Then if with artificial intelligence, and you embrace it, you embrace artificial intelligence as part of crime prevention. Even drones. All these I'm saying it because I have visited these institutions, and this is what is going to change what perception you might have had in the past about these forces.
The president in the recent past moved and sacked members, the command that was for the CCTV from Natete, and he said there were actually accomplices in among other comments that he made. Having acclimatized yourself with the ministry, is it something that you have also looked at? I
have. I can't say that I have visited all the stations, not yet, but I will do it. Or I can give you as a signal. All these crimes which are currently bothering Ugandans, we are going to face them head on. I have told you our aim is really, we must, and by the way, now putting on my heart in economic transformation, when a country like Uganda is at the critical juncture of leaping into a middle income status, the demand for the law, for the rule of law, the demand for security guaranteed, the demand for enforcement, the demand of saying everybody must abide by the rules becomes more demanding than before. And it is at this critical juncture that we are facing. Uganda is taking off. Uganda is becoming a middle-income country. And for that to happen, more than before, you need the rule of law to be guaranteed. You need every citizen to abide by the law. You need any crime committed to be executed so that society knows that all these are guaranteed, and then I can feel my investment is safe and is protected because the system is there.
Well, you've heard him. About the rogue officers that are in the police, also the use of technology that needs to be used for better policing. Let's take a break. When we come back, we shall tackle more issues. And then you are known to be someone who is a builder, someone who is I would describe you as someone who's a consensus person. Yet the docket that you have needs really swift and tangible decisions. First, sometimes very radical decisions to be undertaken. What are we going to see in you?
Well, if you're a student of behavioral sciences, yes, there is a theory X and theory Y. If you assume people are essentially bad and they have to prove to be good, you are entitled to that right. If you also assume people are good, they only become bad because of systems. Take the difference. It's the old philosophical statement. You are born free, but everywhere you are in chain. So, is the ministry of Internal Affairs essentially a bad ministry constituted by rogues. Therefore, they have to prove innocent before you can grant them, feel comfortable that they are okay? Or is it these guys are good only that the system needs change? So my line is, the Ministry of Internal Affairs has excellent people I have interacted with, have excellent Ugandans committed to ensuring in fact, they have, if you want, they have stated it to the president, they have stated it to me, I have been interacting with them. We are collectively committed to ensuring, guaranteeing internal security of this country. And don't doubt it, for the 40 years, let's be fair, for the 40 years of peace, security, and stability in this country has been made possible by the application, by the work of these people. You want to call them rogue. So institutions matter, and they influence those who perform in them. So we want to make the institutions of government charged with internal security excellent institutions, with the rules and regulations being followed, and ensuring that every Ugandan must abide by the law, and building the capacity that those who go contrary, they are arrested and prosecuted.
Are you denying from your statement that there are no rogue officers in police?
No, how could I deny when the president has put it on record? No. And that's why, if, for instance, there was no challenge, maybe my work would not be there.
All right, engaging here, Professor, one of the digital number plate program was sold to Ugandans as a major leap in combating organized crime and perhaps terrorism. The simple question Ugandans are asking, what is the fundamental change or something measurable that these digital number plates have brought to this country?
No, the impact is yet to be felt, because when I visited the command center here at Naguru, this command center linked to these number plates, which are security related, it would be very effective. But as of now, these numbers are not
connected.
No, they are not yet, as if you want a critical minimum for the impact to be felt, not yet. Yeah, not yet.
So how long is it going to take for this? Because the theft and examples are reported in the media, even those that have these number plates, there is no evidence that they're actually digitalized. The police tell you, go and report, and you have nowhere to report.
Yeah, no, that's the point. The point is, as I mentioned to you, I visited these command centers. Those gaps are being addressed right now. The numbers must increase, they must be linked to security follow-up, and they must help in reducing crime in the street. In fact, the song was, initially, they wanted Kampala as a safe city. A safe city meaning crime is controlled. And they are heading for that, because that program is still on the agenda.
So when you look at, experts have said, and this is it, that from your experience having gone there, what the public says, and those that have lost, let's say, cars, have said actually, these number plates are not digitalized. When is the process going to be digitalized? I want that to come out very clearly, because it's a public concern.
Well, I can't tell you the date. I can't say by next week or by next month it would have been digitalized and linked to the command center for making arrests. But all I can tell you is the work is set to... The program had a purpose. The program is part and parcel of enhancing capacity for crime prevention. And it is work in progress. That's what I can say.
Yes. Where are the gaps?
The gaps is one, the numbers are very few. The number plates have not been produced at the rate that was expected. And consequently, coverage is very limited. And the impact is not felt as intended.
So monitoring as a tool is very important. and using technology. But also, poor investigation have led to collapse of these cases. So as a new minister, what is new that you're going to do?
No, but you should look at the whole system. You have police as an investigative arm. You have lawyers. You have director of public prosecution. And you have courts. All these work together to prevent crime and prosecute crime. So if any one of these institutions is not working, you have seen what recently, as a result of President's emphasis, no corruption, you have seen what is being revealed. The Minister of Internal Affairs is not immune from what is happening in the community. All that we can tell Ugandans is that all these which have been happening, there is now a new chapter starting of wanting to clean up all these mess. But the corruption in the societies is widespread. And what people also don't emphasize, people look at government officials and they forget that in a crime commitment, a guy who takes a bribe and a guy who gives a bribe, both of them have committed a crime.
That's true.
But most of the time, they emphasize public officers. How about the private who give this bribe to the officials? What emphasis in your press are you putting so that the thing becomes a moral issue? Corruption becomes a moral issue, that it is not only government officials who are corrupt. Those who give bribe to officials have also committed a crime, and they should be just as condemned and prosecuted as they are prosecuting these public officials.
Have you addressed yourself to the level of corruption, for instance, at immigration?
Oh yes, we are. Right now, even yesterday, the issue of passports, the issue of identity cards not working, being issued to wrong people, those issues are real and they are being addressed.
For what is the first tier of address that you've looked at?
No, you have a...
For instance, Professor, if I may indulge you, we have seen nationals, criminals from West Africa getting Ugandan passports.
Yes.
And it's reported all over. More, the Ugandan passport is getting discredited by some countries.
That exercise of passports is part of the challenge that we are handling. Fortunately, the rule is we have been having challenges of passports, especially including this crisis we have gone through of dual citizenship. If you are a country like Uganda, call it land-linked or landlocked, whichever word you want to use, and you have borders which are porous. You have borders which are porous. We have about 72 gazetted entries. But there are 336 panya roads. People come in. Now, what at least is now established, we have now technology with a system. If you cross borders with identity card from a neighboring country, or you cross borders with a passport, most of those who come with identity cards, and you later want to get a Uganda passport, the system will show you that you are already across the border and you are a citizen of this country. They will deny you the passport.
You've just mentioned that they're porous borders.
Yes.
And that means, porous means I can move without actually identifying myself.
That's very true.
But that doesn't solve the problem, Professor. How do, for instance, West Africans, with a heavy accent that you could identify them, that they are not Ugandans, get these national...
There is a corruption. There is a corruption. There is no doubt. No doubt about it. Because the system would tell you, especially the people from our neighboring countries, anybody crossing, at least the question of those who cross through gazetted areas, those ones can be caught. You can't get a passport after you have crossed. Those who go through Panya Road, that is the challenge you're pointing about. Sometimes they can come and see the immigration officers, and they give them passports.
Have you promised to sack these immigration officers? What are you going to do with them that have stayed there for a long time and they continue with their rackets.
No, they are changing. They are really changing. They are changing. I can tell you, Dalton. They are changing because the heat is on. And you can see ministers taking corruption head on. And those who don't publicize it, don't make a mistake that nothing is being done. It's just, it is a command. No more corruption in this town. That's a presidential command.
All right.
No more sleep.
Yes. Your last word, last very word, as we conclude, particularly Ugandans, we've overspoken about rogue officers and these officers that withhold information. As you part, any other matter you want to address and tell the public?
No, I just want to conclude on this passport issue. I would want Ugandans to know, sometimes you want to begin, what is the underlying cause of all these issues of passports and immigration and dual citizenship? All this confusion. What is the cause? What is the underlying cause? What is the root cause of all this? If you really want to address this issue, then you go back to Berlin Conference of 1885. You had people in their settings. These imperial powers sat down, 14 of them, and drew borders, artificial borders, and they imposed on us, and we accepted them. The borders which divided people. So if you are in Busia, yeah, that's a border. Some Teso citizens of Uganda are here, and the classic case was Honorable, the late Agrawori,
yes,
with his brother, Awori.
Modi.
Yes.
Modi Awori.
Now, if you want to cure this challenge, the route that we must push is regional integration. I want to submit it to Ugandans. Unless countries like Uganda, like Kenya, Tanzania, we have been independent for 60 years now. But to continue to blame the British and Bismarck, who chaired that meeting, is almost to ignore our responsibility as those who have been given the charge to lead these countries. So the solution is regional integration. Artificial borders must be addressed. That's how you can avoid this business wanting to cheat with me. I want a passport. And as long as Uganda becomes an island of peace, a lot of our neighbors, Dalton, we have traps. Traps now researched. Conflict trap is one of them, and Uganda must be very careful. Countries with turbulent past have a high risk of wanting to be trapped in that circle.
Okay.
We must get out.
Okay.
We have bad neighbors. Maybe I say I shouldn't call them bad neighbors. Let me say call them neighbors. Whatever happens in our neighbors, we must spill over. The moment Uganda becomes an island of peace. Consequently, the issue of regional integration is no longer a matter of choice now. Regional integration is a matter of survival. That's how you will not cure people going through Panya roads, unless you unite them at the original where, by moving artificial borders that we are imposed. This politics of identity must stop, and it can stop if we have the will and the capacity to do something.
Professor Ephraim Kamuntu, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much indeed.
Okay. All right, the internal affairs operations on technology, it is very important. It is about the relationship between citizens and the state, whether people feel protected without feeling threatened, whether the law is enforced fairly, and whether public trusts institutions that command them. Those are questions that the ministry will continue to face, and they are questions Ugandans will use to judge your tenure, Professor. Thank you for watching Deep Dive. Good night.